Welcome to our YouTube series on Earth's atmosphere. In the last video, we learned and discussed the types of clouds and how they are identified. In today's video, we will discuss in detail how clouds form, the cycle of water, and why it is important in our daily lives. Simply a cycle that starts at one point and ends at the same point. The water cycle is the journey that water takes around the Earth. Now, let us go into detail about the water cycle. The water cycle, also known as the hydrological cycle, describes the continuous movement of water on, above, and below the surface of the Earth. Earth's natural mechanism for transporting and recycling water between the surface and the atmosphere is the water cycle. Water continuously travels from the atmosphere to the ground and back again. Different stages of the water cycle. They are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and infiltration, which is the collection of water. The first one is evaporation. When the sun shines on water, it warms and turns into vapor or steam. The water goes up into the sky as an invisible gas. Then condensation. When the warm water vapor rises into the sky, it cools down and turns back into tiny water droplets. These water droplets stick together and form clouds. After condensation, the next one is precipitation. When the clouds become too heavy with water droplets, they fall back to the ground as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Raindrops make the grass and flowers grow, and snowflakes create a beautiful winter wonderland. Then, there is a collection of rainwater. Rain collects in lakes, rivers, and oceans when it falls to the ground. Some of the water soaks into the ground and becomes groundwater. The last one is runoff. When there is too much water on the ground, it flows downhill and creates streams and rivers. The water eventually returns to the oceans and starts the cycle again. Now, we will discuss the details of these stages of the water cycle. So, here first one is evaporation. Evaporation is the process where water changes from a liquid to a gas or water vapor due to heat. Process. When the sun heats water in rivers, lakes, or oceans, the water absorbs energy and evaporates into the air as water vapor. This process occurs at the water's surface, where molecules gain enough energy to break free from the liquid state and become gas. Factors influencing evaporation: temperature. Higher temperatures increase the rate of evaporation, which includes wind, surface area, and humidity. Example: boiling water on a stove to produce steam is a form of accelerated evaporation. The second step we have already seen is condensation. Condensation is when water vapor cools and changes back into liquid droplets. Process: as warm, moist air rises, it cools down. When it reaches the dew point is the temperature at which air is saturated with moisture, and then the water vapor condenses into tiny liquid droplets, forming clouds. These droplets gather around condensation nuclei, tiny particles like dust, salt, or smoke. After condensation, the clouds become saturated, and the saturated clouds release the droplets as precipitation. Precipitation is any form of water that falls from clouds and reaches the ground. As shown in this diagram, when cloud droplets combine and grow large enough, gravity pulls them down as precipitation. Types of precipitation include rain, snow, sleet, and hail, depending on temperature and atmospheric conditions. Factors influencing precipitation based on cloud type. Different clouds produce different types of precipitation. We have already seen the different types of clouds and how to identify them in the last video. For example, cumulonimbus clouds often produce heavy rain and thunderstorms. Then, the last step is collection and runoff. Collection is the process where precipitation gathers in bodies of water like rivers, lakes, and oceans. Runoff is water movement, usually from precipitation, over the land surface. After precipitation falls to the ground, water can take several paths. Some of it infiltrates the soil, replenishing groundwater supplies. The rest flows over the surface as runoff, eventually joining rivers, lakes, and oceans. This collected water is crucial for replenishing freshwater sources and maintaining ecosystems. The process will repeat after water is collected in the lakes, rivers, and oceans. So, the process is evaporation, and water vapor condenses and forms clouds. The water vapor condenses as precipitation after reaching the dew or saturation point. Moreover, this precipitation is also collected by oceans. So this continuous process is called a water cycle. So, I hope you will understand this topic. So, please stay tuned for the next video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ganadhi_official. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you will like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again.